Hello guys, welcome to our channel Y&R Daily Signal. This channel is specially created for all the young and the restless fans out there. Here, you'll get daily updates, the latest spoilers, episode breakdowns, shocking twists, character analysis, and exciting predictions about upcoming storylines. If you're a true Y&R fan, make sure to subscribe and stay connected with us for fast and reliable updates from Genoa City. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Y&R Daily Signal, your daily source for everything the young and the restless. Cane Ashby had learned long ago that confronting Phyllis Summers head-on was like stepping into a hurricane and expecting it to come because you asked nicely. The stronger the opposition, the fiercer she became. And lately the storm inside her had been building. He saw it in the way she talked about influence, about leverage, positioning, control. What had once been confidence now edged toward obsession. Phyllis had always been ambitious, always willing to fight for what she believed was hers. But something had shifted. The hunger in her eyes wasn't just about success anymore. It was about domination. Cane worried that she was setting herself up for a fall that would hurt more than just her. Trying to reason with her directly would only push her further into defensive mode. Phyllis thrived on conflict. She interpreted concern as criticism and advice as betrayal. So Cane made a calculated decision, one that carried risks of its own. He turned to the one person who might still have a chance of reaching her, Daniel Romalotti Jr. When Cane approached him, Daniel's first reaction was a short, humorless laugh. "You want me to talk my mother down from a power spiral?" Daniel asked. "Have you met her?" Cane had, and that was precisely the problem. Daniel loved his mother fiercely. He knew her resilience, her intelligence, her ability to survive anything. But he also knew her temper, her pride, and her refusal to back down once she felt cornered. He had grown up in the shadow of her battles, watched her claw her way back from ruin more than once. "She won't listen to me," Daniel warned. "Maybe not at first," Cane replied. "But you're the only one she might eventually hear." Daniel wrestled with the decision for days. Getting involved meant risking their fragile peace. Their relationship had survived years of misunderstandings and heartbreak, but it was never simple. Still, if his mother was about to cross a line that couldn't be uncrossed, he couldn't just stand by. Reluctantly, he agreed. What Daniel didn't anticipate was how quickly secrets unravel in Genoa City. Phyllis discovered the truth not through confession but through instinct. A conversation cut short when she entered a room, a glance exchanged between Cane and Daniel that lasted a bit too long. She pieced it together with frightening precision. Her son had been meeting with Cane, discussing her cage strategizing. The betrayal stung sharper than any corporate rivalry ever could. She found Daniel at Crimson Lights late that afternoon. The cafe buzzed with low conversation, the scent of espresso thick in the air. Tessa Porter sat across from him, her guitar case propped beside her chair. As they talked quietly, the door swung open with force. Phyllis, her presence shifted the atmosphere instantly. Conversations faltered, heads turned. Daniel saw her expression and felt his stomach drop. "Mom, don't," she snapped, striding toward him. "Don't pretend you were just about to tell me." Tessa rose halfway from her seat, uncertain whether to intervene or step aside. Phyllis didn't lower her voice. "You've been working with Cane," she accused, her tone sharp enough to cut glass. "Plotting behind my back, trying to undermine me." Daniel stood, hands raised slightly in a calming gesture. "That's not what this is." "Really? Because from where I'm standing, it looks exactly like you're siding with my enemies." The word enemies hung heavy between them. "I'm not your enemy," Daniel said firmly. "I'm your son. I'm trying to protect you." Phyllis laughed bitterly. "Protect me? From what? From winning? From going too far," Daniel shot back. "From making choices that could blow up everything you've worked for." The years of history between them surfaced like cracks spreading through glass. Arguments from the past, regrets, moments when pride had overshadowed love. You think I don't know what I'm doing? Phyllis demanded. You think I fought my way back to the top just to sabotage myself? I think you're letting this hunger for control push you into dangerous territory, Daniel replied, his voice breaking slightly, and I couldn't just stand there and watch. The cafe had fallen almost completely silent. To Phyllis, his words weren't concern, they were condemnation. You don't trust me, she said, quieter now but more wounded. After everything. Daniel's shoulders sagged. It's not about trust. It's about consequences. But she had already shut down emotionally. The walls went up. You made your choice, she told him coldly. You chose them over me. That's not true. It feels true. The simplicity of that statement cut deeper than shouting ever could. Phyllis turned sharply and stormed out, the door slamming behind her. Daniel remained standing, stunned. Tessa gently touched his arm. You did what you thought was right. Did I? He murmured. Because right now it feels like I just lost her. Tessa's voice was soft but steady. Sometimes loving someone means risking their anger. You can't control how she reacts. You can only control why you did it. Daniel nodded slowly, though the ache in his chest didn't ease. Across town, another storm was gathering. Lily Winters had vanished without explanation. At first, it seemed like a temporary absence, a trip extended, a phone left unanswered, but as hours turned into days, unease hardened into fear. Devon Winters refused to believe it was random. Lily didn't disappear. Not without contacting someone, not without leaving a trace. Nate Hastings agreed. The deeper they dug, the more unsettling the pieces became. Inconsistencies, sightings that didn't align, and then whispers, quiet suggestions that Victor Newman might be involved. Victor's name changed everything. The possibility that Lily and the twins were leveraged in some larger strategic move sent a chill through Devon. Victor was known for thinking several moves ahead. If he believed it served a greater objective, he was capable of extreme measures. Devon and Nate met at the penthouse, papers spread across the table, phones buzzing with unanswered calls. You really think he'd go this far? Nate asked. Devon's jaw tightened. If he thought it protected his empire, yes. They knew they needed to inform Abby Winters, but carefully. The Chancellor Mansion felt heavier than usual when they arrived. Abby greeted them with forced composure, though worry was etched into her features. You found something, she said immediately. Devon chose his words with precision. We may have a lead. Her breath caught. On Lily? He nodded. We don't have confirmation, but there are signs that this isn't random. Nate stepped in gently. We don't want to jump to conclusions, but Victor's name keeps surfacing. Abby's face drained of color. My father, she whispered. They saw the pain flicker in her eyes, the memory of her own child once missing, the terror she had endured. Devon instinctively softened his tone. We're not saying he's done anything definitive, just that we can't ignore the possibility. Abby steadied herself against the edge of a table. If there's even a chance Lily is being used as leverage, her voice trailed off. She's my sister, Devon said quietly. We'll bring her home. Abby straightened, resolve replacing shock. Do whatever it takes, just be careful. The uncertainty weighed on all of them. There was no proof Lily was in immediate danger, but the absence of clarity was its own kind of threat. Later that night, Devon and Nate reviewed their options. If we confront Victor without evidence, he'll shut us down, Nate warned. And if we wait too long, Devon countered. They both knew the stakes. In another part of Genoa City, Victor Newman stood by a window looking out over the skyline. His expression revealed nothing. Whether he was orchestrating events or simply observing them, no one could say for sure. But tensions were rising. Trust was cracking. Phyllis felt betrayed by her own son. Daniel questioned whether he had done more harm than good. Devon and Nate prepared to challenge a man who rarely lost. Power and control were driving choices across the city. And as alliances shifted and loyalties were tested, one truth became increasingly clear. In Genoa City, the pursuit of power always came with a cost. The only question was who would end up paying it.